Business law, business entities. Legal personality. When a business entity has a legal personality, it is considered a separate legal entity from its owners or shareholders. This means that the business entity can enter into contracts, own property, sue or be sued, engage in other legal activities in its own name. The entity has its own legal rights and obligations, distinct from those of its directors, shareholders, or officers. Key points. Legal personality refers to the recognition of companies and organizations as having rights and obligations. A business entity with a legal personality is considered a separate legal entity from its owners or shareholders. Legal personality limits the liability of the owners or shareholders for the debts and obligations of the business entity. The business entity becomes liable for its own debts and legal claims. Liability and obligations. One of the main implications of legal personality is that the business entity becomes liable for its own debts and obligations, rather than the owners or shareholders being personally liable. This means that if the business entity incurs debts or faces legal claims, the liability is limited to the assets and resources of the entity itself, and the owner's personal assets are generally protected. Questions. What does it mean for a business entity to have legal personality? How does legal personality affect the liability of the owners or shareholders? What are some activities that a business entity with legal personality can engage in? How does legal personality distinguish a business entity from its directors, shareholders, or officers? Pause here. Answers below. Answers.